Dave was my childhood friend. We did everything together to the point that I could even say I knew him cover to cover. Well, that was until fate took a turn of events. The consequences that followed were there. He got addicted and couldn't stop. Consequently, he started failing in school and causing financial problems to not only himself, but also his family, who eventually kicked him out and left him for the streets, where he got ill and sadly passed on.
Drugs are a menace in today's society. Parents, teachers, and other stakeholders have raised concerns about this issue. However, little to no intervention is put in place to tackle this big monster. The rates of drug abuse in high school students is skyrocketing day in, day out, with the rates of alcohol abuse at 23.4%, 7.5% for marijuana, 16.1% for cat, and 14.5% for tobacco. Drug abuse poses various effects on the health of the student. The diseases include lung, throat, and oral cancer, respiratory tract disorders, and liver cirrhosis. Drug abuse among high school students leads to them burning down their schools, losing concentration in classes, to dropping out of school, which may eventually lead to madness and death. Did you know that only 3 out of 5,000 government facilities in Kenya offer substance use disorder treatment? This is either due to lack of facilities or resources to do so. This is why we have come up with an application called Dru-go. Dru-go brings substance use disorder treatment right into the palm of your hands.
Our general objective is to design an application aimed at tackling drug abuse among secondary schools within Kenya. Our specific objectives are: 1. To find out the percentage of teenagers abusing drugs in private secondary schools in Westland Sub-County, Nairobi County. 2. To find out the induction age of drug abuse among the teenagers. And lastly, to establish the frequency of drug abuse among the teenagers. The materials we used are the Dunkable Live App, Google Forms, questionnaire, computer, and internet.
We used 2 main methods of data collection. The first one was questionnaires, which we shared with 50 students from private schools in Westland Sub-County, Nairobi County. Out of these, we received 38 responses. The second method was inquiries. We managed to ask some shopkeepers how much a pack of cigarettes costs and found out that one pack costs 210 Kenya shillings. From the online stores, we found out that the cheapest vape costs 1,000 Kenya shillings, with the prices going all the way to 6,000 Kenya shillings. Likewise, the prices of edibles cost between 150 Kenyan shillings to 200 Kenyan shillings. From the questionnaires we shared, we received the following results. 7.4% of the respondents had their first encounter with drugs in school.
18.4% of the respondents were introduced to drugs by their friends.
28.9% of the respondents were 15 to 16 years old when they were introduced to drugs.
15.8% of the respondents were aged 13 to 14 years when they were first introduced to drugs.
Last but not least, 6.2% of the respondents said their first encounter with drugs was bad. 42.1% of the respondents have used drugs for purposes that are not medicinal, with 21.1% of them spending 1,000 Kenyan shillings to 2,000 Kenyan shillings on drugs every month. On opening the application, you'll be directed to the sign-in screen. After signing in, you'll go to the home screen from where you can navigate to all the other screens. When you open the data screen, you can edit the time and the day with which you are answering the question, yes or no. After answering, you will see your results displayed in a graph below. The information screen has a picture of the drug and its street names as well as its official name. Lastly, the contact screen, which shows you the number of rehabilitation centers that you can call and the name and the location of the rehabilitation centers.
We therefore come to the conclusion that drug intake rates among teenagers in private secondary schools in Westland Sub-County, Nairobi County is shockingly high. If action is not taken now, this rate might even go higher.
We look forward to continuing the development of the application. The first feature we would like to add in is a profile page where people can share their results with their peers to motivate them to keep on using the application. We would also like to add in a feature drawing an example from Snapchat streaks that will make the users continue opening the app every single day. We recommend that this application be rolled out as soon as possible so that we can start experiencing the results now.